You are going to get a bad comment. It's not, maybe, when, not if, it's you will get it. And maybe you already did. And maybe you're still, uncomfortable with the effect that it had on you. So today, next month, or 5 years from now, someone is going to type something at you, especially in those moments that you decide that you want to be more visible and you're all pumped up, and that stings. And the second it happens, you have a choice. And that choice decides if you stay visible or if you go quieter forever. This is really important. You stick with me. I want to share with you the 3 rules for that moment, the ones that I actually use and that I also share with my clients when they come across those seasons. So stay with me. If you don't know me yet, I'm Angélique Binet. I'm the founder of Social Media Love, and I am a TEDx speaker, TV reporter turn visibility strategist for women entrepreneurs. I help them find client on the internet, and on the way there, they find themselves. Sometimes they want to be more visible, but they keep hiding. Sometimes they really show up, and then bad comments comes. That's why we're here today. So I want to share with you, number one, there is a belief that I run my whole business / life on. And this has not been always the case. I would say this is since the beginning of this work that we do at Social Media Love, called Magic with Social Media Love, where we literally rewire our subconscious mind and embrace new beliefs. And it's not just embracing beliefs, it's actually embodying them so that when things happen, you actually behave like the woman who believes those new beliefs. So one of those is this: what others think of me is none of my business. Let me tell it to you. What others think of you, what others think of you is none of your business. Ooh, usually when I share this one with my clients, and the first time I heard it, I'm like, what? So you can write it down. What others think of me is none of my business. Say that with me, say it out loud, because what others think of you is none of your business. So we forget that we build a whole business, we put our face online, and then one comment from that one stranger can undo a week or a year of confidence. That is backwards, right? Your job is to show up, and what people do with, what they see of you, what they carry in them, is not yours. That's my point here. So I'm going to share with you my 3 rules when things like this happen. And my intention for you is to equip you so that you are ready next time. So rule number 1, if someone disagrees with me or with you, but they're not harassing me or you, literally what I do, I thank them for being part of this conversation. And I do this in public, meaning in the comments, right there in the comments. Thank you for sharing your view. We have a different perspective on this matter. That's it. You do not have to convince them of your way of thinking or believing or doing things. You do not have to win. So you know how at that stage you let go of your ego. So you don't have to win a comment, and you just stay warm and true to the values of your business, whatever they are, and you let them see a real human on the other side that knows how to share different point of views. And most of the time what happens is that it softens them, and sometimes, I've seen it many times, for me in my case, they become clients. You don't have to agree, they don't have to agree with you. Rule number 2, if a comment is just like a noise, or someone who is really not the right fit for your community, the community you're building, you get to say kindly and publicly again, this community is for people who want to grow, whatever is the goal of your community. If this is not, for you, that's totally fine. You don't have to stay, right? And you don't have to stay. That's literally what I say. You're welcome to exit. So you are not fighting them. You're actually acknowledging them. And you're holding the door open and letting them know that they can choose to walk through it. Literally. I've done that many times. Rule number 3, in my world, anything that is harassment, racism, segregation, or any kind of hate gets 0 of my energy and is absolutely not allowed, tolerated on my social media. What I do when I see that, before I do anything else, I screenshot the comment. Then after that, I report it, delete it. I do not engage with it. I keep the screenshot because if it ever needs to go further, you want proof, right? So for me, there is no debate. This is my boundary. No harassment, no racism, no segregation, no hate of any kind. That's it. You're out. So those 3 rules, basically what it is that whether they agree or not with my point of view, we stay cool and warm. Anything that is noise, you get my door open, you can exit. And anything that is hate related, irrespectful, comments, it gets a screenshot and it gets silenced right away. Now, let me show you why this matters so much. Recently, I was on a call with a client of mine, a brilliant woman, runs a beautiful business that really impacts people's life. Her work is very emotional, personal, the kind of work that where people trust her for a very specific, precious things. And she was sharing with me how much, the experience of having trolls or, experience of comments that are annoying and irrespectful really kind of almost traumatized her. And so she was saying that sometimes she feels that it's going to come back and it stops her from being fully her online. And I hear that often. What if someone is, coming in and commenting negative stuff? So I want you to pay attention, right? If you are waiting for bad comments or how something could go wrong, it's like in life, right? If you keep going down the rabbit hole, that's very important how you lead your thought process, because everything we think about is what comes. We are what we think, right? We are what we believe. We are what we talk about. So literally, I will invite you, if that's one of your fears or concern, to literally get a focus, like switch your attention and your focus on what is the good that I do in the world, and literally go through all the feedback you get from clients from the last few years, from last few months, last few weeks, and reshape your brain with those ones. And that's exactly the question I would ask you, how much of your time and energy as a business owner, who is the marketer and the salesperson of your business, how much time and energy do you actually spend thinking about that troll or that bad comments? That's very important. So right now, that's the whole lesson. We attract what we focus on. It doesn't mean that it won't happen, because as I told you at the beginning, it always happens. But when we focus on something we don't want, the universe doesn't do the difference with the negative. If you Google, I don't want dogs, you're going to have a full list of dogs article. It's the same with our brain. I don't want this, then you get it, right? The universe doesn't know the negative. So the more we brace for the bad comments, the more room we make for it in our content, but also in our confidence, because it will be unconscious, but you will censor yourself in your content, in the way you speak on stage, in the way the way you behave in one aspect of your life is the way you behave everywhere. So I want to bring that to your attention so that you can actually see that when one person is doing this, it doesn't mean that the world is against you. It's a small handful of people, and they do not get to decide how visible you are. So it's going back to your own power and your truth. I had my own version of this a few months ago. I posted something very simple about AI. I was asking people, how AI, or what was their last request to AI, and that was meant to be like literally playful. Some people played, but there is some people who started to take it so seriously that it became a full debate around the fear of AI or the anti-AI movement and all the things and all the concern we have around the environment AI. And it went down, like everybody was interacting with each other, and there was no harassment, right? There was no disrespect. There was no hate. So I let people having their own debate in the comments. I even thank them for sharing their perspective. So that's why you want to be ready on days that something's going to happen. In which bucket of tolerance does it belong? People don't have to agree with you. You don't have to be right in the comments. It's very important that you review the value of your business. We're all about love here. And it's also important that you have your clear boundaries on at all time. So in my scenario here, what this means for you is that, are you ready for that day? Right? So I hope this helps. That is rule one in real life, like warm first every time. And then if it crosses your boundary, then you apply the boundary. So we do not owe, especially anonymous people, our peace of mind. We owe it a screenshot and a ban or a reporting, depending on the gravity of the comments, and nothing else. So here's what I want you to remember. You are not building your visibility for the one person who might say something unkind or disrespectful. You are building it for the thousands of people who need to find you. When you anchor that in your body, whatever happens will happen, but you'll be so connected to this truth that you are unshakable from that way. So those 3 rules allow a disagreement. Yeah. If it gets too noisy, you get the door. I invite you to the door. And then if it's over boundaries, which is hate stuff, you get a screenshot and you get silenced. This is a whole system. Your voice is precious. Your voice is too important to keep small because of a comment or a small amount of people who have nothing else to do. And actually, what I want you to know is that whoever is judging you, it's a mirror of how they judge themselves. It has nothing to do with you. That's why we say in my world that what others think of you is none of your business. This is theirs. This is theirs. Now, if you want to know exactly where your visibility is leaking right now and where you have boundaries like this or not, actually, I want you to know that I built something for you. It's called the Visibility Audit, and it's free. And I put the link around the video somewhere. And if it's not around the video, it might be in my bio, or it might be in the podcast. It will be in the podcast description, in the show notes. And worst case scenario, you just reach out to me in the DM somewhere in one of the platforms we are on. And I cannot wait to hear from you. What length? How much do you navigate comments like this? And how it affects your confidence and your visibility and potentially your revenue. So this is me, Angélique Binet, founder of Social Media Love, helping women entrepreneurs to build towards a business that consistently generates 10K a month so that you get to your first milestone of the 6-figure revenue using content that feels aligned and that feels true to you and connected to them, your future clients, your ideal future clients. Ciao, ciao.